Welcome back to a brand new PTCG live video. Today I'll be showcasing Cynthia's Garchomp EX with the newly released set Mega Evolution. So with that being said, let's get into the deck list. Let's see which new cards we'll be running. So we do have the 4 copies of the Cynthia's Gible, the 4 Cynthia's Gabite, which does have a really good ability of the Champion's Call. Once during your turn, you can search out your deck for a Pokemon of Cynthia's in its name and put it into your hand. And then we do have the 3 copies of the Cynthia's Garchomp EX here. This will be our main attacker, and we do have 2 really good attacks with the Corkscrew Dive. For the 1 Fighting Energy, we can do 100 base damage, and then draw until we have 6 cards in our hand. As well as we do have the Draconic Buster. For the 2 Fighting Energies, we get to do 260 base damage, and then discard all energy from this Pokemon. As well as we do have a good 0 retreat cost on this Pokemon, which is really good. Can easily switch out to active if we need to. And then we do have a 3-3 line of the Cynthia's Roselia and Cynthia's Roserade here for that Cheer On to Glory ability. Attacks used by your Cynthia's Pokemon do an extra 30 more damage. So what's really good about this ability, it does stack up. If we do get all 3 of these into play, we can do an extra 90 more damage with our Cynthia's Pokemon. And then lastly, we do have a 1-1 line of the Toedscool and Toedscruel here for that Slime Mold Colony ability. Cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put back into their hand by the effect of your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. So really good for shutting down cards like Night Stretcher, as well as energy retrieval item cards as well. And then some new item cards that we got with Mega Evolution. We did have the 4 copies of the Fighting Gong in this deck, where you can search out your deck for either a basic Fighting Energy or a basic Fighting Pokemon. As well as we do run the 3 copies of the new Premium Power Pro from Mega Evolution, where you can do an extra 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon with your Fighting type Pokemon. And then for our Ace spec, we have the Unfair Stamp here. You can only use this card if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn. And then both players shuffle their hand into their deck, and you get to draw 5 cards, and then your opponent's stuck drawing just 2 cards. And then for our Stadium cards, we have the 1 copy of Artazon, where once during each player's turn, they can search out their deck for a basic Pokemon with no rule box and put it right onto their bench. And then for our supporter cards, we have the 4 Arven for searching out an item card and a tool card. The 2 Boss's Orders for gusting up one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The 3 Iono for draw support as well as hand disruption. And then lastly, we do have the 3 copies of the new Lillie's Determination, where you shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 6 cards. And if you have exactly 6 prize cards remaining, you get to draw 8 cards instead. And then for our tool cards, we have the 1 copy of the Air Balloon, where the retreat cost the Pokemon this card is attached to will be 2 energies less. As well as we do have the 2 copies of the Cynthia's Powerweight, where the Cynthia's Pokemon this card is attached to will get an extra 70 more HP. So we can put this on the Cynthia's Garchomp, and we'll have 400 HP with the Cynthia's Garchomp. And then lastly, we do have the 1 copy of the TM Evolution. Ideally, we do want to go second on the first turn of the game, so that we can use this TM Evolution to quickly evolve up 2 of our benched Pokemon in just 1 turn. And then lastly, we do have the 6 copies of the basic Fighting Energies. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into some games here. Yeah, pretty bad starting hand here. Just end turn. So yeah, our opponent won the coin toss. They decided to go second. They had us go first. And none of us took any mulligans here. So yeah, looks like it's going to be a control deck here. Good thing none of our main attackers here have abilities. So yeah, we just didn't way too much that turn. There was no way we were gonna get TM evolution. Yeah, looks like they're going to side duck here. It's champion call for another Gible. Play the Lillies. Draw 8 cards since we have 6 prize cards still. Wow, not a single Pokemon off of that. See, they're going to Monkey Dory. See, is this going to be Pheasantipity? I think it is. No, they get Tatsugiri. Maybe Pheasantipity was prized. We go for attract customers. We'll probably search out for a supporter card, hopefully. I think they did find it though. They're just selecting which one maybe. It's more than one. They get Crispin. And I feel like there's really no way they can win this because their control method basically just kind of banks on your opponent to have a Pokemon of abilities, but our main attacker doesn't, so we're in a pretty good spot for basically getting rid of that Ogerpon really easily. Oh no, looks like they're gonna go for Monkey Dory shenanigans here. They still need to retreat out. No, they attach the energy to Ogerpon instead. I don't know. I don't know, let's get more Gibles. I don't know, should we boss them? I don't think it's really worth it. Let's play Arven. It's not right now. Let's Ultra Ball. Get Ultra Ball. Let's thin out this hand a little bit. Knock out Tatsugiri. Yeah, they just go right for the Mind Bend here. See, Champion's Call. Just to thin out the deck, I guess. Because we're just going to retreat out. We're not even going to chance it with the confusion. Yeah, they just concede here. So yeah, we won the coin toss, decided to go second, had our opponent go first. And they did take one mulligan. Looks like they got the Ethan's Typhlosion. No, it looks like there's some kind of other control type deck. No, looks like actually, yeah, this is gonna be Ethan's Typhlosion. I don't know why they got the Ethan's Sudowoodo though. And they're running it with Charizard as well. Like a Charmeleon, and then, yeah, the Ethan's Colava. Nothing for the supporter card. So it's passed. Let's see what they do here. I guess I'll get the Ethan's Adventure card, supporter card of the ability. And then set up. They can search out 2 of them now. Wow, they even got Charizard. They are setting up big time here. What is that? 5 energies in play already. Pretty insane. 6 energies. So they're gonna probably retreat out maybe. Into the Typhlosion or Charizard. No, they go for the Try to Imitate. It actually works, but why would they do that? I don't know. Let's see, let's Champion's Call. I guess get Roserade. See, attract customers, Arven. Not really finding what we need, but I guess we'll just play Arven, get Fighting Gong. Power Weight, maybe. I'm a tough draw. So we get Arven. 160 on the Buddy Blast. Oh no, I get Buddy Poffin. Air Balloon. Looks like we're gonna need way more Roselia here. Unfair Stamp. Another Typhlosion here. So they still only have the 2 Ethans, so they're not going to be able to knock us out. They gust us for the Roserade. That's so bad. Now let's go Unfair Stamp. Hopefully we can get something here. Yeah, I just had to sell for the 130 here. At least we get to draw 5 cards. Which, no Roserades in any of these. And we did super rot it back into the deck. Yeah, they just go for another Buddy Blast for the 160. I don't know what they're doing in terms of, like, where are the Ethan's Adventures? Like, there's no way they prize those. I don't know, Fighting Gong. So we got another Premium Power Pro. Now go into Typhlosion. Yeah, I'm really surprised. I wonder if they prized 2 of the Ethan's Adventure. Yeah, they just keep going for the 160 since they can't get any more than a discard, I guess. Yeah, just to get rid of it. And then let's go for the corkscrew dive. At least we'll get to draw 2 cards here. We get boss. They Ultra Ball their last 2 cards away. They're kind of a strange game. They get a Typhlosion. I'm guessing they didn't run the redeemable ticket item card to kind of reshuffle those prize cards. Yeah, they knock us out. Wow, I can't believe we couldn't get Roserade here. It's pretty bad. Yeah, let's just go for 320, because they're going to knock us out anyway next turn. At least now they don't know if they should stay in play or retreat out. Yeah, they're going to retreat out, I think. There was no point to go for the 160, because then they would have definitely stayed in the active. They use Iono. Pretty bad. Well, either way, if they stay in the active, then they basically lose this. Yeah, 2 Luminous on Cyndaquil. Yeah, they do retreat out here. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they just pass here. Guess we'll just play Arven for... Wow, there's really not much. Yeah, we'll just pass. I'm guessing those last 2 prizes are Fighting Gongs, or some of them maybe. Kinda surprised. Let's see, what do they get here? They get the Arven for Ultra Ball. If only we just had that one more Roserade in play. We would have already had this game. Megaton Blower. Yeah, I believe putting the 2 Luminous Energies together. Yeah, we win this now. So lucky we draw the boss. Boss up Charizard. Yeah, go for the 50 damage. Yeah, there we go. Take the game. And the last 2 prize cards. Yeah, there's Fighting Gong and Roserade. There we go. So yeah, we did win the coin toss, decided to go second, had our opponent go first, and we didn't take any mulligans, our opponent probably hasn't either. So let's see. Can't believe we got all 3 of our Ionos on the starting hand. We got Monkey Dory, so there's probably gonna be Marnie's Grimmsnarl, Gardevoir. Wow, talking about bad starting hand for them. They just attached to Luminous. So let's go attract customers. Nice, Lillie's Determination. Yeah, that's bad. I can't believe we didn't get the TM evolution. Yeah, let's pass. Let's see, they play Arven. Yeah, they're gonna pull off the TM evolution before us. Okay, looks like it's gonna be Dragon Ball EX actually instead. None of those other decks like Marnie Grimmsnarl or Gardevoir. But yeah, I can't believe they pulled out the TM evolution before us. And we had the Tatsugiri. Yeah, I think we're gonna go Iono here. Really need those Roselias. Yeah, let's pass. Hopefully they don't set up Dragapult in this one turn. I'm surprised they didn't get 2 Dracloaks in just one. They get Hilda. Yeah, that's pretty bad. There goes Toedscool. Yeah, they're looking pretty bad. Okay, at least we got the Garchomp. See, let's use Unfair Stamp. We need 1 Power Premium Pro. Can we just make... Wow, we don't get it. And I think we'll go for the Corkscrew dive because at least we get to draw cards. Oh wow, they get the Dracloak off of the Unfair Stamp. And they play Hilda. Wow, talking about really lucky Unfair Stamp for them. They got Dragapult and Neo Upper Energy. Palpad. Wow. Hopefully we can get Iono maybe, but I really doubt it. Especially a Tatsugiri in a discard like that. Another Buddy Poffin. So it'd be 290. Still on the Premium Power Pro. I guess we'll evolve that one up. I don't know, maybe we should boss the Dracloak. I know it's crazy, but it might work. Put a damper on that Neo Upper Energy. So we get Arven. Oh wow, there's Iono. At least we didn't have anything too crazy good in our hand. Okay, we get the Roserade, Ultra Ball, Fighting Energy is good. Jamming Tower. I feel like that boss was the best call. Like you can see, like they got kind of like nothing to work with right now. That boss was the best call of the game, honestly. Because we got rid of that little bit of draw support that they had. And then the damper on the Neo Upper Energy, they didn't play it into this game. So let's see, 190, 200. Yeah, we should knock them out, even without the Premium Power Pro. Let's get another Garchomp here. And I don't know, let's go Lillies maybe. Or Arven. So we get Fighting Gong and Gabite. Yeah, now they're just down to their Monkey Dory. Ooh, Pheasantipity. Let's see, they play Buddy Poffin. Pokegear. Hopefully it's not an Iono. Okay, it's Arven. Because I tried to thin out this deck as much as possible. Even Ultra Balling away the Lillies just so that we can draw up a few more cards. Oh yeah, talking about a loaded bench. All 3 Garchomps are in play. All 3 Roserades are in play. But they still have that Neo Upper Energy. They get Rare Candy TM Evolution. I don't know, what should we gust here? I think we should just gust the... Yeah, no, let's just gust the Dreepy here. Get rid of their jamming tower. Yeah, they just concede here. Well, those are all of the games. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.